So this will be a nice replay where we see tag set and play middle real well. So a good one to learn from. So if we see what he starts with, it's about as aggressive as he can get. He's going to make single factory and then he's going to run up the middle. And then his factory is going to make NGs and going to get the Hydra as soon as possible. And contrast that with Sind. He's also going to make a mass extractor and a few PGen, so it's going to get set in about 25 seconds extra time advantage. You need approximately that. Now let me speed this up. And there are some really good naval players all around here. We got Smurf Hunter versus Dim, and it's Steyer versus McFly in the navies. We see that basically Taxetin is going in alone with his ACU. He's going to have some hunters coming out, while Sind is going to have a hunter and a raider. So a really nice combo. Looking for any early NGs here. He won't find him. He'll only find the ACU. Still a good move. So we'll see the radar plus a few hunters coming out for Taxetin. And I see Seton getting early dibs on this mass. And these hunters went straight past looking for NGs to kill. And these build that Taxetin uses, it does involve asking people for extra power, which he's getting from his allies. You can see actually an entire Hydro from Dim. It's a huge advantage for his teammate. And you see nice reconnaissance that Dim is providing with this early scout. That's really a great asset to have when you're playing in the mid. And you can see that some arties stay out of the range of this commander. It's a good play by Seton there. And really a much bigger force coming up from Taxetin than Sind. Sind's score is suffering pretty badly. It looks like he forgot to make a few mixes. Some bad things happen. Here's the radar, which has just been taken out, so now Sind is completely blind. He's going to basically walk backwards. And a much bigger force getting built up from Taxetin. See bombers looking for things to kill from Dim. There's quite a bit more help from his players from Taxetin. And a drop from Steyer. Curious where that's going to go. He's actually going to drop directly to this shipyard. And it's a whole bunch of amphibious arty. He can do that since he is Seraphim. And you can see this force moving in from Taxetin, and he knows that he can do this because he's got this reconnaissance. And at this exact same time, McFly actually chooses to drop onto Sind. So really a really terrible situation for Sind to be in. He's got an army moving in and he's got to protect against the drop, so he's moving that away. He's investing his economy into fixing his ACU. So really a total disaster. And then this PD that he tried to build just got bombed by Dim. So basically a 3v1. Steyer not really helping much with T1 air, and really T1 air is what you need. It's quite amazing to see this rock player dominating the air of the opposite rock player. And now some ACU help is going to be provided by Smurf, but it really quite a bit too late. So basically in 9 minutes, Sind's base has been completely destroyed. A better play of Taxetin, but really great teamwork. Him getting power resources as well as nice recon and bombing and drops. And I see Smurf actually getting caught up in this fight with the entire Taxetin's army, and he's them actually choosing the right thing and not killing his ACU, because that explosion would kill most of his force, and instead going to take over Smurf's base, which is a really nice move. And Smurf is going to try to build a Tech 1 PD. There should be some arty taken out. You can see that. And then these mantises are so fast. That's one advantage that Cybin really has. very mobile units. So again, see T1 Air from DIM supporting. And finally sends ACU. Comes out of the water, decides to do some shooting. Star actually being pretty aggressive, making some drops. Of course, in order for drops to be effective, you need control over air, and he does not have control over air. And a nice bombing run coming in. This will be interesting to see. Oh, nice timing of his T1 Air coming in. Most likely provide some spotting for this force. They're all bombing this Tech 2 power generator. Of course, it does have quite a bit of health, so it'd take multiple passes. But pretty devastating early on to kill that. And he actually pulls it off, so that's the disadvantage of completely neglecting T1 Air. He did get a nice drop in though, so killed a few T2 mexes for the price of losing T2 power generator. And nice to see from Seton, he followed up his force with some NGs, getting some free mass as well as getting some mass points. And you see Dim's Seton's T1 force actually getting all the way back to Bog's base, killing off T2 mexes. See some of these. This is a T2 tank, around 9 kills, 4 killed mantis. So pretty impressive for a T1 army. And another one. It's about as well as you can play as a mid player, just completely devastating your mid player plus the back players, giving Dim a huge advantage in terms of this naval battle, as well as the back player, because there goes Sind. As well as Slacker gets a pretty big advantage that his opposite has to worry about his mechs is getting killed. You can see this ASF fight. So this is basically game over.